here today in the Sinn Féin Centre in the middle of the Falls area. This is an area which has got really high levels of deprivation. I mean, we've been working very hard over the last number of years to try and lift this area into a much better area, which is much more positive for the people who live and work and play within this community. We have now called for a cross-departmental government intervention, calling on all the government departments to work together with all the other statutory agencies, including ourselves as political parties and political representatives with regards to this. Community reps are important to this as well. We're in a centre which is a vibrant centre, the Sinn Féin Centre, which hundreds of people come in through the stores every week. Without places like this area and other areas would be a lot worse off. So we're trying to get investment. We're pushing every single government department to step up to the mark to ensure that areas like this are no longer left behind from other areas. And it's very important that we treat these areas with respect. This area is an area that is widely known throughout the world, right throughout the conflict. It fought repression and aggression, and I think it's very important that we continue to show our support for the people who live in this area, but more importantly is that we need to work harder for them. We need to ensure that government departments deliver for them, and this is what this intervention is all about.
Well, I'm elated not only with today's announcement of interventions, but the hard work that has been put in by Sinn Féin members over a lengthy period of time. You know, I've always argued that while we try to deal with the poverty and deprivation and the antisocial that goes on in the area, that you look about and you look at the Falls Leisure Centre, you can look at the Dunville Park, you can look at the many community groups that Sinn Féin activists have not only been working in, but have been responsible along with others that have brought them to the area. So I think this morning's a very important morning that has brought together the key political figures from across the north and especially West Belfast, and we hope that out of these interventions a new beginning will start for this area. I think for too long there has been a negative outlook from many sections of the media, and what we need to do now is turn that round.
Jennifer, some may say a long time in coming, the importance of today's intervention and strategy.
Yes, this is a very significant intervention, and this initiative today, what it is doing, it's actually demonstrates how joint up government actually works through the hard work that the local MP for the area, Paul Maskey, and MLAs like Fran McCann have done. They have actually met with the statutory organisations and departments, and what they have done is brought forward this initiative, which will hopefully deliver the social change that we need in communities like this. We need to tackle poverty, we need to tackle disadvantage, and we can only do that by initiating projects like this, but also about social clauses in huge construction contracts also are very, very important. But young people in particular are given those apprenticeships, and they're actually given that chance in life that they need, because we need to do that to make their lives better.
Well, in terms of a Falls Residents Association, I mean, it clearly demonstrates the sort of the dedication, in particular the Sinn Féin have in the area. I mean, it's a great lift. I mean, you've seen the turnout today, particularly the leadership of Warden McGuinness, Fran McCann, Jim McVeigh, and of course Paul Maskey. The intervention, I mean, we are facing a number of problems in the area, and we're hoping that this intervention, which was launched by Sinn Féin today, will have an impact on that. From a residents' point of view, certainly we would urge all residents to get behind the programme and to certainly play their part in it, because that's what it's about. It's about the community taking ownership and about standing up to the challenges that we all face. But certainly, I mean, I would definitely want to commend the local elected representatives of Sinn Féin for the leadership and vision that they have shown yet again to the residents of this area.
So I think it's a hugely significant development today, and I really look forward to actually being part of it, because West Belfast Partnership Board, we have a programme called Integrated Services for Children and Young People, and we are actively involved with the Falls Neighbourhood Partnership and other community partners in the area in actually looking at children, young people and their parents, trying to improve their life chances. So it's about providing education, tuition, family support, counselling, youth provision and so on. So we're delighted to be part of this exercise.
Well, I think it's an excellent initiative. and it shows the whole benefit of joined up government. Here we had local councillors, we had MLAs and we had government ministers all coming together to bring politics into an area that really needs it most. The Falls area has suffered for many years from lack of investment, which in itself has created lack of opportunities, and therefore the people living within the area are caught up in that cycle. Now what we're trying to do here is that cycle's being broken. So here we have a commitment from the Deputy First Minister, commitment from MLAs and a commitment from Belfast City Councillors to reinvest in this area. And by reinvesting in the area, they're reinvesting in the local people, and that's what's dearly needed. Investment in local people. And that will bring people up, it will create opportunities, it will create jobs, it will create a whole new economic culture here. And I think this initiative has the chance to dramatically change this area and create a better future for the people living in here.
I think it's hugely significant, and I want to pay tribute to Paul Maskey and the MLAs and councillors in the area for recognising that the problems of this area can be resolved by people working together, by a joined up approach, by the highest level of government and the executive working with Belfast City Council, working with the community volunteer sector, and of course the PSNI. And of course we're delighted that the divisional commander of the PSNI, a young woman, Emma Bond, is here with us this morning. And I think she represents, along with Philippa Reynolds, who tragically lost her life in my own city, a new generation of young police officers who recognise the importance of providing a police service rather than a police force. So this is hugely important. It's about bringing the community together to recognise that a job of work has to be done, that the community needs to be empowered. There are important projects taking place in this area, and there's an opportunity through the Social Investment Fund to put in place projects which will bring about meaningful change to young people's lives. And of course we have the huge project of the new Casement Park Stadium, into which we're pouring £61 million, which I think will have a massive impact on the general West Belfast area. So it's about joined up work, and it's about recognising that there are problems in the area, that there are young people who have been involved in activities that are hugely detrimental to themselves and the local community, and we need to be involved in programmes and practices which can counter that and which give young people the opportunity to fulfil the real potential of their lives.
Well, of course, the Falls is a very old and very proud working class and Republican community, and of course it's suffered. It's one of the most depraved areas in the whole of Belfast, the whole of the north. So we recognise the difficulties that the people who live in this community had to put up with. There's very acute antisocial problems, there's housing deprivation, etc. There's health inequalities. So this intervention is about improving the lives, the quality of lives of people who live here. It's going to take us months, it's going to take us years, working with people who work in the community and voluntary sector down here, people who live here. But we're very confident, between the involvement of the Belfast City Council, of the Office of Deputy First Minister, the Social Investment Fund, working very closely with all the other agencies, the housing sector for example, that we'll be able to significantly improve the lives of people who live here. This is what this is about. This isn't just a plan, this is about ensuring that in 2 years' time or 3 years' time, the people who live here, who are currently unemployed, have jobs. This is about the people who live here, who are living in housing deprivation, have better homes, safer homes. This is about making sure that the community is a much safer and cleaner place to live. So in practical terms, it is about making this place a much better place for the people who live in Albert Street or Servia Street or any part of the community, from the Grosvenor Road right down to Barrack Street and Hamel Street and over to Finglas. It's about making this place a better place for them people to live and their other children.